We know who will be among the next to get COVID-19 vaccines. Now county officials are getting together plans to get them to you.
We're working pretty hard on it.
We'll hear from some local counties about how they plan to distribute the shots.
Columbus School District loosens their mask requirement as Cherokee County removes their countywide mask mandate. I'm Zach Dodge with the story.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
With the bang of a gavel, President Donald Trump becomes the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice. This is KOAM News at 6. It was a bipartisan vote with 10 Republicans signing on to impeach. No Republican congressional members from our area voted for impeachment. Senate Majority Leader McConnell said today he's not made a final decision on how he'll vote and will listen to the arguments when they're presented to the Senate. But a spokesman said he will not reconvene the Senate for an emergency session. That means a trial likely won't happen until after President-elect Biden's inauguration next week. Speaker Pelosi has already named the 9 impeachment managers who will act as prosecutors making their case before senators. The Joplin Health Department reports the city has exceeded 100 COVID-19 deaths. The department today announced the deaths of 5 people. They include 2 women, ages 73 and 93, and 3 men, ages 76, 88, and 95. These bring the deaths in the city, the total, to 105. Some health departments in southeast Kansas are beginning to make plans for phase 2 distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. KOAM's Chris Warner has more.
On Monday, commissioners in Cherokee County voted to end their countywide mask mandate, prompting a similar change in Columbus schools.
Our plan follows what the county does, so that took off the required mask mandate.
At the end of November, the county commission allowed Governor Kelly's statewide mandate.
That was obviously the wrong report there, but we will have that for you a little bit later in this broadcast if we can get that worked out. No matter how your county is distributing the COVID-19 vaccines, health officials and the Kansas governor say you should get them. In her State of the State address, Governor Laura Kelly implored Kansans to ignore misinformation and trust the science.
There's been a lot of misinformation out there about the vaccines. Internet conspiracy theories, complete nonsense. Make no mistake, the science behind the vaccines is solid. And these vaccines are how we keep ourselves and our fellow Kansans healthy, and ultimately how we defeat this virus and move forward with our lives.
Now, the Columbus School District loosens their mask policy for students and staff in response to a change at the county level. On Monday, Cherokee County Commissioners voted to end the county-wide mask mandate. KOAM's Zach Dodge has that story.
On Monday, commissioners in Cherokee County voted to end their countywide mask mandate, prompting a similar change in Columbus schools.
Our plan follows what the county does, so that took off the required mask mandate.
At the end of November, the county commission allowed Governor Kelly's statewide mandate to go into effect, meaning that when residents were inside a building or couldn't social distance, they had to wear a mask. Commissioner Corey Mote says the vote to drop the mandate happened because that's what the majority of residents wanted. Commissioner Lori Johnson, who was sworn in on Monday, says the same, but adds that their numbers were increasing after the mandate was put into place, saying that, quote, mandates aren't working. With County PIO David Groves adding it's currently unclear if that increase in cases was because of the holiday season at the end of the year. At the schools, it means students and staff won't have to wear masks inside of buildings.
We've always required masks on a school bus or in a school vehicle because those are very contained areas.
Smith says they will continue to social distance students and maintain all of their other safety protocols, and that it's not a huge change for parents or students since they're just going back to what they did for most of the fall semester, which was working at the time.
It seems like we were averaging about 1 a week over time, And as I said, we would isolate them pretty quickly, and their whole family, and the parents have been great with that, keep the whole, all the students in the family home until we could figure it out.
And just like any time there's been a change with the mandate, Columbus residents have differing opinions. Several people we spoke to off camera say they're happy the commission dropped the mandate, saying it should be a personal choice. But others are disappointed in the decision.
With my health and a lot of people around here that can't go and get the vaccinations yet, they need to wear masks.
In Columbus, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Superintendent Brian Smith says the school board might look at the issue during their meeting at the beginning of February. Checking in with Doug Hetty now for a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dow. It actually turned out to be a great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic as we went up to 55 during the afternoon, which is well above our average high for this time of the year. And it actually looks like as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight, it's not going to be quite as cold as what we have seen at least over the past couple nights. We do have some clouds which are working in out across our northwestern counties. Most of us still clear skies, but the clouds will continue to thicken as our next storm system, which you can see is pushing into the northern parts of the plains, will start to affect us late tonight and then into the daytime hours tomorrow. Still, though, temperatures pretty good. Most of us are sitting into the mid-40s. As we go through the overnight hours, clouds will increase, and then late tonight, we'll get a few random showers in here. They're going to be pretty spotty, but we are going to get a few random showers, plus some snow chances. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
All right, Doug, we'll catch you soon. Thanks. Still ahead, Joplin police say a business owner is accused of running illegal slot machines. And Joplin's future leaders learn how some of Joplin's current leaders get the job done. Some health departments in southeast Kansas are beginning to make plans for phase 2 distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. KOAM's Chris Warner now has that report.
Each county has its own distribution plan on how vaccines will get to those who qualify. Cherokee County took to social media laying out their phase 2 plans and who will provide the vaccines.
The health department obviously is going to be one of those providers. There's 7 other providers that have signed up and been authorized to provide vaccine throughout the county. So everybody's at this point waiting to receive the vaccine, not knowing yet when the next shipment will arrive and how many doses will be in that.
Cherokee County's plan also includes setting up a number when they're ready that people can call to set up an appointment. The health department says social media will be utilized along with other public platforms to release plans and details as they become available. Crawford County's deputy health officer says they're still early in their phase 2 plans.
We are in the planning phases, and we have been communicating and working with our county partners and, looking at the logistics of things, trying to select pod sites, and so we're working pretty hard on it.
Like Cherokee County, social media will be one of many platforms used to release information to the public. The multi-county health department that covers Allen, Anderson, Bourbon, and Woodson counties has also released information on social media, saying they too will use social media and other platforms to update residents on phase 2 plans and that they won't be taking appointments. Instead, there will be a large dispensing clinic site set up, and everyone over 65 will be able to get vaccinated at that clinic. In Southeast Kansas, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Both Crawford and Cherokee County officials say if you do have any questions or concerns about the vaccine, you should call their offices for assistance. A Pittsburgh man gets 17 years in prison for shooting and killing his father. Michael Woodson took an Alford plea in November on charges of first-degree murder and aggravated burglary. Now, an Alford plea means Woodson is not admitting guilt, but he does recognize the state has strong evidence enough to get a conviction. Police arrested Woodson in April after they say he called 911 after shooting and killing his father. The owner of a CBD store in Joplin is charged with promoting gambling. Dinesh Sood owns the Chill House on West 7th Street. According to court documents, officers found 23 slot machines in operation in the business. Sood is accused of promoting gambling in the first degree. We're going to have more on this story for you tonight at 10. Everyone is important to the community. That was the message of tomorrow's Leaders Today meeting at the Advanced Technology Building in Joplin. Senior high school students talked with police and fire chiefs and business leaders about what they did to get into that business position.
Really be able to learn about our community, how it works, that it's not just the city manager that makes our city go around. It's not just the police chief. It's not just the fire department. You know, it really takes everybody.
Full credit hours are given to high school seniors enrolled in the Tomorrow's Leaders Today program, sponsored by the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce. Doug Hetty is up next with his complete forecast. And later, the Kansas Supreme Court says abortions are a fundamental right protected by the Kansas Constitution. Some Kansas lawmakers say their constituents disagree, and they want to give them a chance to prove it with a constitutional amendment.
Well, it actually turned out to be a nice Wednesday for us today. Temperatures great as we went into the mid 50s, some areas upper 50s for highs. 47 right now. We have these south winds at about 10. Our humidity is at 44%. But most of us around the metro looking pretty good. Pittsburgh 46, Fairland 46, 48 in Granby. We have Galena sitting at about 46 degrees. And our temperatures around the entire area, most of us are sitting mainly into the mid to upper 40s. And it looks like as we work through the overnight hours for us tonight, our temperatures, they're not going to drop off near as much as what we have seen, at least over the past couple nights, due to a nice south wind, which is kicking in at about 15 to 20, and that's helping keep those temperatures up throughout the overnight hours tonight. We're going to drop back through the 40s. We'll only drop back to about 38. Later on tonight, we had a few clouds that rolled through late morning and early afternoon, but we've cleared out, at least over the past couple hours, but clouds increasing again in our northwestern counties. This is our next storm system, which is starting to brew. Doesn't have a ton of moisture to work with, so we don't really have that great of a chance for rain late tonight into tomorrow, as most of the moisture stays to our north, which you can see across the Dakotas and then stretching into northern parts of Nebraska. But this is a pretty strong system, and it is really going to change our weather up as it matures and passes by. We're going to cool down quite a bit as we work into the weekend. Look at this system dig in tomorrow. And then as we get on the back side, we'll get a little bit of light snow as we head into Friday. Then this system kicks out, but another system kicks in on Sunday. Again, it doesn't have a lot of moisture, but it will give us reinforcement shots of cooler air as we work through the next several days. And then a bigger system that will at least affect us with better chances for rain and some wintry weather by late next week. All right, let's go into tonight. Clouds thicken up. You can see a few light little showers develop late tonight into tomorrow morning. These are going to be hit and miss. They're going to be very light. I think after about 9 a.m. they're gone. We break out, we see partly sunny skies, and then late in the afternoon clouds will start to increase once again. But still Thursday, not a bad day. 38 to start, 46 by noon, high temp right around 49. Tomorrow night we get on the back side of this system. Clouds thicken up again. Then as we head into Friday, we're going to get some light snow showers. It's going to be cloudy, it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, and we're going to have these light snow showers around. Could even get some minor accumulations, mainly on the Missouri side, but a good chunk of us, I think a dusting to an inch. It's not a huge deal once again, but we are going to get a little bit of snow from this system by the time we head into Friday. Let's go into next week. We're going to look down the road. All the blue days are mainly cool or cold days. The yellow days are warmer days or more mild, but all next week is pretty cool. We're going to get some rain on Thursday. We warm up next weekend, but then we have pretty good chances for a winter storm here in about 2 weeks, from today. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that. 49 for us tomorrow, only 35 with the light snow on Friday. A little bit of light snow Saturday night into Sunday morning, but it stays pretty chilly all the way through the weekend.
You know, Doug, today was a rare treat, of course, for January in these parts, but, you know, even the worst of these days in the week ahead don't look too bad, really.
Yeah, not really. Temperatures could be a lot colder.
You bet. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Republican lawmakers plan to go back to the well and challenge the state Supreme Court ruling on abortions. But this time, they're taking it to the voters. And a media witness describes the last moments of a Kansas woman who strangled an expectant mother in Missouri and cut the baby from her womb. In 2019, the Kansas Supreme Court ruled that access to abortions in the state was a fundamental right under the Kansas Constitution. But now opponents say last year's elections proved there is enough support in the state to overturn that ruling with a constitutional amendment. Anti-abortion lawmakers introduced separate but identical versions of a constitutional amendment yesterday in the House and Senate. Abortion opponents failed last year to get the similar proposals on the ballot when a few House Republicans resisted having voters decide its fate in the August primary instead of the November general election. The U.S. government has carried out its first execution of a female inmate in nearly 7 decades. Authorities executed a Kansas woman who strangled an expectant mother in Missouri and cut the baby from her womb. Reporter Angie Racono has more.
No matter what you believe about the death penalty in this case, you can probably agree that this is sad and this is gut-wrenching. Bobby Joe Stinnett's family waited 16 years for this execution, and the legal back and forth was gut-wrenching for both sides. In the end, Lisa Montgomery died for her crimes. She was convicted of murdering and kidnapping. It happened in Skidmore, Missouri back in 2004. Montgomery strangled Bobby Joe Stinnett and cut out her unborn baby, then pretended it was hers. Her supporters say this execution wasn't justice. This was killing a mentally ill and brain-damaged woman who had been horribly abused her entire life. KCTV5 made the choice to be here and cover this, recognizing the significance of this case and execution. After the execution was done, we connected with witnesses.
She had a mask on while she was already strapped to the gurney, and they asked her if she had any final last words before they took that mask off of her. So to me, it looked like she maybe tried to respond. So they took the mask off, and then they asked her again if she had any final statements, and she just said no, and she didn't say anything else.
The family of Bobby Joe Stinnett did not offer comment, but they were present at the execution. The attorney for Lisa Montgomery offered this comment moments before the execution. Everyone who participated in the execution of Lisa Montgomery should feel ashamed.
Again, that was Angie Racono reporting. A final check on the weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Staff Sergeant Richard Harding. The Fredonia, Kansas native served in the U.S. Marine Corps, and we are proud to salute Staff Sergeant Richard Harding. He's tonight's four-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on our sister station, Fox 14. We're going to have more on the raid at a Joplin CBD shop that police say netted the seizure of illegal slot machines. Plus, the debate over whether Olympic athletes should jump to the front of the COVID-19 vaccine line. And we look at some of the most anticipated upcoming films. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on our sister station, Fox 14. The Community Blood Center of the Ozarks needs blood. They say they're critically short on O-negative blood specifically, and you can help. You can give at one of the CBCO donor centers in the region, including one in Joplin. You can find a list of those locations on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Successful donors will receive a long-sleeve t-shirt, and all participants will be eligible to win a 2020 Nissan Kicks compact SUV. Let's check back with Doug now for a final look at the weather. Doug.
All right, Dow, it looks okay for us tonight. We'll drop back into the upper 30s. We are going to get a few random light showers in here late tonight into tomorrow morning, but still Thursday in general, pretty good day, highs near 50. Then the colder air starts to work in. We'll have clouds, kind of a cold, raw, nasty January day on Friday as we get light snow showers.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.